Hey guys, it's me. Since when I finished filming my I Got a Puppy vlog up until now, so much has happened. I was like, I have to give them the real deal. Everybody knows I got my puppy from a shelter. They think he's a palm tree. His name is Rome. I have to tell you guys the real side of adopting a dog from the shelter that I did not know. And it's probably good that I didn't know, because I probably would have thought twice before going this route, but everything happens for a reason. I feel like Rome was supposed to be with me. Honestly, if I didn't save him from the shelter, he might have been in a worse off situation. So let me kind of brief you guys. So when I went to get Rome, it was a love at first sight adoption, which pretty much you pick the dog that you saw online and you have a meet and greet appointment with them for 15 minutes. If you get along with the dog or whatever, you get the dog. So I go in there. The dog that I originally wanted got adopted. So I kind of was like, I don't even want to get my hopes up. I'm just gonna go try to get there as early as possible and see what happens. So I got there at like 8 a.m. and they opened at 10. I think I watched a movie and I sat in front of the shelter for 2 hours. I am the first person in. I give Rome's ID number. The lady's like, awesome, he's yours. And super excited. Part of me was kind of like, okay, like I'm not even gonna meet him, but I was like, you know what? This is divine intervention. Like, I've been wanting a dog for over a year now. Like, this is just the dog for me. His alarm. So they were just like, okay, he's yours. Here, boom, sign this health waiver. That's all they said. They're like, he has a little cold. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I get Rome. Literally love at first sight. I looked into this dog's eyes and I saw the brightest green eyes looking back at me. And it was literally love at first sight. So basically what you do when you sign this waiver, you're taking on responsibility and you can't go and sue the shelter for any health problem. The thing with me, it's like, because I didn't meet him and because she said it was a little cold, I guess I just didn't really know how severe would this cold be. So the first couple of days, it's like he's settling in and he was super excited too, I think, to just be out the shelter. And we took him to his first vet visit. The first vet visit, he was very nervous. He goes to the vet, they're like, yeah, he has kennel cough, which is pretty normal, but in puppies this young, it actually can turn into something more serious and severe. You want to keep your eye out on it. So I was like, okay, like, that's fine. And they gave me antibiotics, so I've been like trying to feed him the antibiotics, guys. When we got home from the vet that day, this was probably the worst couple of days that I've had since I've been in LA. The dog went completely from like healing, went completely the opposite way, like stopped eating completely, would sit in the back of his little tent, would sit all the way in the back, would not move, would not bark. First day goes by, he didn't eat at all. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I left the food out for him and he ate. And then the next morning, he did not eat at all that day, you guys, like at all. And he's only 4 pounds. So I was like literally playing healing music, like praying over the dog. I was trying to spoon feed him water, like just to get him hydrated. That night comes, he still hasn't ate. And I'm like scared at this point. I'm like, okay, my puppy is 4 pounds. He looked so sick. Like the eyes were like red. And I was almost like, did they just give me a dying dog? I'm calling my mom because she just got 2 puppies in the last 2 years. We got like 2 French bulldogs. She's like, Maya, like that dog doesn't look good. And in the Humane Society in Florida, they won't even adopt out a pet, a dog, if they're sick. Like they wait until the dog has fully recovered before they allow someone to take him home for adoption. So my mom was really sketched out. She was like, the fact that they would even let you adopt a dog that is this sick is sketchy, and you didn't get to meet him. I was like freaking out. Like my worst fear was to wake up and this dog be like deceased, which was so scary to think about. So I literally was like taking a spoon and giving him water. I called the animal hotline. There's like a vet hotline that you can call if you guys ever have questions. There's a 24-hour hotline. So I called them and she was like, you should probably take him to the vet. Like that's really not good. He hasn't had all his shots yet. He's so young. So I'm like, okay, so I call all of the emergency rooms and this is maybe like midnight. I've been trying to force feed him and they're like, oh, well, we're full right now, but look at his gums, see if he's dehydrated. And I'm like, his gums are still pink. He's like, okay, that's a good sign. He's not dehydrated, but dehydration can happen very fast. You want to make sure he's drinking. You guys, he was not drinking anything. I had a syringe from my nurse friend who gave to me. Crazily enough, she gave me syringes before I left Miami, which is what also made me think, like, who gets syringes? Like, the whole time she gave me the syringes, the next day I was like, wait, why do I have like 50 syringes? But like, that's why I'm saying I feel like it was like divine intervention. So I like emptied out the syringes. I started feeding him water through the syringes because I'm like, he just needs water. And it was really freaking scary, you guys. Like, I was like boo-hoo crying in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. I had 3 of my friends come. Another thing is, like, I called maybe 3 or 4 vets, ERs, and all of them were like, we don't have space for a dog with a viral infection, only critical cases, meaning like, because it's kennel cough, he has to have like an isolated room. He can't interact with other dogs. So everyone was turning him away. So I was really like, it's just me and this dog. And like, to me, I was getting to the point where like, I was like, okay, like, if this is the end of his life, at least I know that like he got to spend his last days in a nice environment with love. And you know, I was like getting to that point where I was just like, I don't know like what is going to happen. I'm trying everything that I can. So I'm like giving him goat milk through the syringe. I'm feeding him baby food through the syringe. Like, I'm just trying to get nourishment into this dog. And then also giving him like steam to like help with these sinus things to help him like, you know, breathe. So it was really freaking scary. But the night that was like the really scary night was probably like Friday night or Saturday night. So I was like, if we can just make it through this weekend, I will be able to bring him to the vet on Monday and really see what is going on. I ended up getting a baby bottle, getting formula for the dog online, you guys. And the reviews were so great. People were like, oh, like, I found starving puppies. This formula is a lifesaver. Like, it's saved like my dog's life. Got the formula. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I fed it to him through the bottle, and after that, this was probably like day 2 or 3, he starts eating again. Like, I took a video, I'll show it to you guys. Like, I had already like fell in love with this dog. Everything started turning around. But yeah, my dog had severe kennel cough, and in a puppy, it can be potentially fatal. So it was like really freaking scary. In a way, I feel really great because I do feel like I can handle that. Like, personally, I feel like a dog in that condition should go to a foster home, like to people who are trained to do that, because it was an extremely stressful situation. I love my dog. I'm so happy I was able to literally save his life. Like, now he's back to being a normal puppy, doing all the things puppies do. We went back to the vet again, like, perfect. But it's rare for a dog to have those severe of symptoms, and of course I happen to have that. But I kind of am trying to like look at it as a positive. Like, this is probably the worst of the worst that it gets. Like, from here it's gonna get better. He is gonna get more shots when he heals fully, when he recovers. And now I have a lot of tools in my toolkit. Like, literally I have everything a sick dog could need, because I was trying everything, and my dog is doing amazing. I did want to come out here and be honest and upfront, because it might seem like, oh, adopting a dog, your dog is so cute, it's just like a whole dream come true, which it is. But there is that other side to it where it's like, it's a huge responsibility. A part of me really feels like, thank God that I adopted him, because the shelter I got him from is known to be kind of like a high kill shelter. And if dogs are showing that they're more sick, on the sick side, or if they're showing aggressive traits, they'll probably be put to the euthanization list quicker, no matter what came from it. I felt like I impacted his life in a really positive way. I don't regret my decision at all. I'm not coming on here to scare anybody. But if your dog is going through a severe case of kennel cough, you can get through it. You know, call on support. Make sure that you're calling these vets, calling the hotlines. Even if they don't want to see them, still call them and give them updates. Like, hey, like, this is what's going on today, and get that reassurance you need. And do your research, you know what I mean? Find like this formula, you guys, I kid you not, this is what really turned it around. AG milk replacer. So my dog, now he's 10 weeks. I got him at 9 weeks, but around the 8 week is when they wean them off puppies. this is usually given to dogs who are just nursing in the nursing age. But every dog is different, you know, like my dog was taken from its mom earlier, you know, he was put into a shelter, you know, I feel like he needed that newborn nourishment because he's been in a stressful situation probably since he was born. I don't know if this will work for older dogs, but I was willing to try anything. Like, I really was. You can get through it. It is scary. You're not alone. Like, I've been through that now, and I honestly, it made me respect parents and dog parents, anybody who's responsible for another life. Like, it just made me respect that entire community so much more because it's challenging. Enough of the sob story. So if you guys want, if you're going through this right now, there wasn't many videos on YouTube about it. So feel free to message me, like feel free to DM me. I can maybe share some tips that work for my dog. The steam showers really helps. Like, I just was in the shower and I let the hot water run, and I even turned on my steamer. So my shower, like my bathroom turned into a sauna. I blocked underneath and I just turned it into a sauna. Obviously let some fresh air in or whatever, but that really helped. That would help him like stop sniffling, stop coughing, and clear his airways, you know, wipe their nose, like clean them, clean their toys, and definitely get syringes, make sure they're hydrated. That's what the vet told me. The number one thing is you want to make sure your dog stays hydrated. Like, if we're 70% water, animals are, you know, a large percent water. So just flushing their system, making sure they're getting enough water. Now, don't over give them water, but look up their weight, look up how much water they should be consuming. And it's gonna be annoying, but set that alarm and make sure you're giving them the water. I put baby food in a syringe, I put wet food in a syringe, and do that every 2 hours or however much is recommended for your dog. Literally, like, the best dog. And also too, like, other than his health issues, you guys, he's the best dog ever. Like, I don't be kissing dogs on the mouth or nothing, but if I did, I would. He's so just like amazing. Like, he's not a barker. He just likes to hang out and chill. Like, he's so friendly. I just woke him from his nap. He loves to sleep. That's one thing I will say. Puppies sleep 18 to 22 hours. I'm gonna let him sleep. Like I said, he's still getting over his cough. He's doing so much better. He's only 4 pounds. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and if you guys are going through something like this, no, it's not the end of the world, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, you will live and not die. You are a dog of God. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.